What's the one piece of career advice you wish you knew when you were starting out?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'd say one thing that could have really accelerated me early in my career, one piece of advice that would be asking questions, being curious. What I've experienced over time is this ability of asking questions lets you dive deep. It also lets you walk in realm that is unknown, be it a technical path, a new technical challenge, and that you've never accomplished before. So by asking questions, you understand what the impact, what the dependencies are, and even the feasibility pieces of it. It makes you a really good leader as well. That's how you can make others accountable and have ownership within teams, within individuals. So I think asking questions to kind of identify the details, understanding the impact, understanding the dependencies, lets you find more effective solutions in whatever area of field, whatever responsibility or whatever role in an organization you are.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career to date that's had a significant impact?
For sure. I think this is one that I'm really excited about and makes me go back in time and realize it was really a pivotal moment. In fact, it was serendipity as well in many ways. So during my undergrads, I got opportunities to do internships at ETH, Zurich, and Carnegie Mellon University in the field of robotics. And that is how I got introduced to this field and the applications. There is a field called robotics, and people are actually building robots to automate, to save lives. And these robots can do a lot of the work that, as humans, it's unsafe for us to do. Being at these places early in my career introduced me to this new field, meet people who are actually solving these problems, talk with them, kind of understand their thought process on what it means to automate and what are the problems in this world where this field is applicable. And in a way, by working at these places, I kind of witnessed how research and industry is collaborating to make to build this edge of technology, to make it a reality as well. So I'd say being able to witness these during my internship really drove me into this field and made me passionate about building robots. And that's what I've been doing my entire career. I've acquired a lot of skills, and it's really helpful to have a passion, a motivation that drives you as you're learning these new skills and get better at it as well.
How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy or strategies for overcoming these?
Yeah, that's another very good question. So I think before I dive deep into answering this question, one of the principles I follow is failures are what makes a person really successful. So, and that's where, learning from failures, if you're seeing challenges, if I've had challenges, I've had setbacks, those are really the opportunities for me to grow. And that's how I perceive these situations. And when you see these opportunities of growth, for the first human act is a flood of all the thoughts. What am I going to do? There's so much to do. There's so much to handle. And that's where I've ended up in a lot of those situations where I have a challenge and I'm trying to figure out what's the next first step to do. So I think one thing that has helped me, be it solving those challenges or having those setbacks personally, kind of individually as a professional or as a team, is to first write down everything that is going through your mind, right? Like, you have all these thoughts, all of them are valid because you have them. And so the first thing is write them down. And if you're in a team, if you're in a group, we have things like, we have ceremonies like retrospectives, we have ceremonies like design reviews or just reviews in general, where you bring everyone and just brainstorm and write everything that's on your mind. And since you've had, if it's really a setback or a challenge you've kind of experienced before, this would be the moment where you will start understanding the risks better than the previous iteration, because you've had a setback, you've failed. And because you have new ideas, you're going to come up with a new plan with more risk mitigation strategies and eventually lower risk to the project or lower risk to the team itself. And one of the things that I've I'd say, kind of conceptualized in terms of how we lead is when we are setting these when we are setting these plans and we're talking about risk mitigation, we want to also establish what are the measures or the metrics we want to monitor as we execute the plan. Otherwise, we would have another setback, whereas what we want is we want certain checks and certain metrics to tell us if we are going to have a setback in the coming days, right? And instead of responding to a setback, we want to react to these metrics and change our plans. So I think just the approach of starting as this is an opportunity of growth, let's not make the same mistakes as last time and make it harder to fail by measuring more, would be the strategy I would say has really helped me and something that I've improved on. And I'm still, I still seek advice from my mentors, from people who've had setbacks on how they've approached their situation, because every situation is a bit different.
Yeah, I think it kind of, as you step up, you're obviously in a leadership role now. So, it's not just about you kind of refer to the team there. So being able to foster a culture of openness and people kind of being happy to share their thoughts, etc. As a team in front of others, etc. Ultimately will help the team kind of work more efficiently moving forward, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
And for me, it's one of the key moments as a part of the team is driving ownership and accountability. And having this brainstorming session and setting up the situation as opportunity for growth motivates people to bring new ideas and actually execute them as well.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, listen, look, thanks, Akshay. As ever, I really enjoyed listening to you and you sharing your thoughts.